Because the thing that I learned about the Transformers, that even though they tried to fit in, there were always times when it came to battle that the Transformers had to change from their earthly form into the form of who they really were. They had to change from who the earthly form to who God had called them to be. In other words, Optimus Prime understood that during the battle against Megatron, he would never be able to beat Megatron if he didn't transform. Because it wasn't until he transformed that he would be able to access the weapons that were on the inside. He wouldn't have looked like much riding around trying to fight Megatron as an 18-wheeler, but he realized that if I'm going to win this fight, I'm going to have to get access to the weapons that are inside of me. And I just stopped by to tell somebody that in order to fight this fight, you're going to have to transform from who you are into who God has made you to be. Why, preacher? Because you've got to understand that until you transform, you can't get access to the weapons that are inside of you. And the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. I wish I could get some believers who would stop trying to fit in. I wish I would get some believers who would start to transform. I wish I could get some believers that would start to change. Because I believe if you change, communities change. If you change, schools change. If you change, families change. If you change, friendships change. If you would, then the next time somebody tries to get you to do something that you know is not of the will of God, all you've got to do is tell them, I know it ain't in the Bible, but I believe it's spiritual. I believe that if you would stop letting folks make you do what you shouldn't do, and when they come to you and say, let's get our smoke on, you just when they try to get you to get your drink on, when they try to get you to have sex with them, when they try to get you to go places that you no longer go, you need to look them dead in their eye. Say, I don't roll like that no more. I got to get access to my weapons. Come on, somebody give God glory. Somebody give God glory. Somebody give God glory. Somebody on your job, you got to and transform. When your boss gets on your last nerves, you got to and transform. How do I know it works? Because there's somebody else. I'm not talking about Optimus Prime coming down from Cybertron, but there's somebody who came down through 42 generations, wrapped himself up in himself, took on the form of a lowly man, came down to a virgin named Mary, walked this earth, healed the sick, raised the dead. They hung him up on an old rugged cross, put nails in his hands and nails in his feet. He died. They put him down in that old borrowed tomb. He stayed there all night Friday. He stayed there all night Saturday. But early Sunday morning, he said, and got up with all power. I said power in his hands. Do I have anybody in the house that you know that you got power? I said power. I said power. Holy Ghost power. Because Jesus transformed. Somebody say yeah. Yeah. Somebody give God glory.